Okay, at this point, we're ready to do a test assembly, and we're going to drop our turbine into the body. And we're going to bolt it down. And at this point, what we want to do is we want to make sure that we have clearance and that there's nothing hindering our turbine here. We want to kind of go in there with that wrench and kind of give it a couple quick twists and get it reasonably tight. And the turbine actually kind of tightens on this bolt as time goes on, but okay, so you drop your turbine in here in the body, and you should it should move freely. Okay. Now what we want to do is we're gonna put our lid on. Drop it over the top here. And this is the point where we're gonna true everything up. We're gonna make sure everything is the turbine can spin freely in here before we fasten our lid. Before we're gonna clamp this here real quick and drill into those pilot holes we just made. Now, what we want to do, you can arrange this lid any way you want as far as where you want to put your. We're going to drill through for our quarter 20 1-inch carriage screws, which are just going to go in like that. Now, you can optionally on this turbine add 16 stators. Now, if you think you're going to do that, I recommend that you offset your bolt holes for your carriage screws out of the way of that extra turbine, okay, of the extra stator finning, excuse me. So we want to center this up. And just take a couple clamps and clamp this down. So we want to check it for, make sure that everything's straight, that nothing's rubbing, and then we're going to set this in stone right here. Now, you do want to clamp this because if something moves while you're doing this, your bolt holes aren't going to line up. Okay. And I'm leaving room for the to add the extra stators, which is an optional thing you can do, is add the extra stator in between here. Okay, after I got it clamped, make sure that this thing will spin. These fixed magnet alternators, when they're new, they're a little stiffer than, sometimes they take a little while to kind of break in, but this one's not too bad. This one's a brand new one, hasn't been run yet. You can see the resistance on that. Okay, now what I recommend we do is, because if you had some really precision machinery, you could get this lid to be exactly perfect and go back on perfect every time. But what we're doing is we're matching it to the top. What I recommend is that you take just one of your spots here and put a notch in the two. With a hacksaw, something indiscreet, but something you can see so that when you take this lid off, you can clock it back to the how you originally had it. And so I'm going to put a little notch in here. Okay, so now I can always look for that notch. I'm going to just put a good little notch in there. Okay, it's just a nice straight little notch, and now we can go through and drill through to the other side. Okay. I'm just going to do, and I'm opening these up with a C drill. Okay. All right, so go ahead, line everything up, clamp it down. Make sure before that you have a nice, everything's fitting good and nothing's rubbing. And then go ahead and drill your 8 places here for your carriage bolts. We're gonna knock those down inside there, and those are going to be part of our lid. Okay, and I'll see you at the next segment.